Anyway, Fusaisja, I always have these things coming in premonition. Earlier, I had a channeling, of course, from Vibrance, the blue flame, the Pleiadian blue flame god, a Pleiadian blue flame goddess. We're going to get that done. I'm going to get whacked in the head with lightning if I keep saying the, because it's not a the, she is a, it's a rank, it's a title achieved, a level that you work towards with a certificate, with a degree up there, apparently. But yes, apparently I had no idea that these two souls knew each other on the ether. They went to the same university in Era. One is from Era, the town where the university's at, is Zarata. That's where the Pleiadian, I'm getting all this stuff down. The Pleiadian blue flame goddess Vibrance lives. But Fusaisja is from a planet a little bit on the other side of Taygeta, whereas Era is on one side of it. If you're looking straight at it, it would be to the right of Taygeta. And Fusaisja's planet, where I first met that pink collective in my dreams from Pleiades. Yeah, it's to the left of it. Yeah. Yes, out of about 500 channelings with the Pleiadians, I've only had 2 in a dream, and they were both this last year, and they were 2 days apart. One was with the Pink Collective, which was the first time, and that was with Fusaisja. I've talked about that before, about those 8 encounters, and then I also, as Fusaisja's been on the air one other time as well, too. She popped by out of nowhere, just like kind of tonight, although I had a clue it might be coming after having that talk with Vibrance. Yes, they know each other, apparently. The way they look, one's a brunette, one's blonde. Fusaisja is blonde, and she's got a pink body. She's like a human being, but, well, she is a human being, but not an earth human, and her complexion is pink. That's about the gist of her. She's got regular blonde hair. I don't know what else to say about her. She's kind of really technical, really smart, really intelligent, like a Pleiadian would be. What else about her? Oh, I got a real sister relationship, I think, with her, like I would in most Pleiadian female divines. She's kind of like a pesky little sister. She's a little bit annoying, but I love her to death, from my channelings with her and encounters with her. It hasn't just been the couple of times that I've mentioned on air. But she wanted to talk a little bit about people on Earth, because what they see up there is, and she's really in tune with what Earth humans are doing down here. It's kind of creepy how much of an obsession it's. I hope she didn't hear that, which she will. How much of an obsession it is with her, really. Yeah, anyway. So she wanted to talk about how unfair it is, and that they have your back. If you're somebody, and I've been through this before, I think most of us starseeds and light workers have been, where we feel ridiculed for putting a message out there, especially people putting channelings out there. But just even talking about this in norm in front of most families, I mean, you're looked at like you're a heathen, or like you've got some severe mental issues. And well, I'm going to let her put it into her words, but I do know this. She thinks it's pretty damn brave. So I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to let her come in. Also, she wanted to tell me about, apparently there's somebody else, something, other collective or something I'm going to get to meet. I don't know. She wanted to spring it on now, but... Okay, here we go. I'm going to breathe and bring her in. This is Fusaisja. She's been on one other show. Yeah, and in my dream. I say that loosely. Well, hello, Larry. It is so divine to be with you. I cannot tell you how exciting this is. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. Of course, everybody knows now that I'm Fusaisja, now that you've said my name, and I think it's wonderful. As you know, I'm pink, and kind of an interesting little tidbit. Yes, pink is actually my favorite color. Larry, really, though, and to everybody listening over the airwaves, if that's how radio is distributed here, or information, I would like to say that we have your back. We have your back. You have a Pleiadian, a cosmic wonderland waiting for you. You are pioneers. You are revolutionaries. You're not weird. You're not strange. You're telling the truth. The problem is you're just in a strange land telling it. Now, there's no reason at all why you should feel ashamed or you should feel crazy. There's no way. If let me put it this way. If you're crazy, you've got a cosmos full of people, full of souls that are crazy, full of humans, full of other types of entities that are nuts, and there's really only, one out of a trillion souls that are normal then, if that's the case. So we're all crazy together. But it does, I personally, myself, like Larry said, I am a fan of what you do, of what the Earth human race does. Since I was a little girl on my home planet, I have tuned into my dreams really closely. I have tuned into and recorded my dreams very closely, and I've tuned into trying to reach other planets that were like ours, which Earth is. Just Earth is a little bit of a lower dimension. And I've tried to reach out, and I was really startled when I found Earth and how Earth humans were treated versus humans in most other parts that I have been able to find over our radio wave systems. What you do is brave. You deliver these messages amongst ridicule, sarcasm, hurtful things being said, yet you stand there like big ships of light out in the midst of a rough, hazardous, hostile sea. You even have your own family members is the thing that I think surprises me. And of course, Pleiadians were very enlightened. It does take us a lot to surprise us, more so than probably it would anybody on Earth. But it does surprise me a little bit to see even families that ridicule it and that are so caught up in their day-to-day life of being bogged down into such a dense reality that it doesn't seem like it really bothers them to be hurtful. But we're glad to see that things seem like they're finally coming around. We have noticed from an outside perspective that over the decades it has eased, but we also are aware that in the situation at the time it may not seem like it as much because it's had to happen over such a long period of your Earth time in which you gauge time down in your reality. But know this, I'm going to remind you this, I'm not the first one to tell you this though. You have become the greatest show going. You have become the most amazing thing out there. It is truly, it's wonderful. It's really amazing. It's like watching, for you it would be like watching a brilliant play, or for one of your children to watch a Disney special. That's why I would like to call this Pleiadian Wonderland. You are about to enter into a higher dimensional Pleiadian Wonderland. Sixth dimension, here you go. Although some of my cohorts would like it to be the fifth to start, but I'm rooting for the sixth dimension. I'm rooting for the sixth. I'm rooting for the sixth. I think it can be done. I think it can happen, and I think it's possible. So, I know that I would like to see it. I'm excited for it. And I think it's very, very possible. And I just wanted to say a few words before I keep, going on and on, because this is how excited we get. And I have listened to some of the other people from the etheric that Larry speaks with, from Arcturus, others from Pleiades, and it is exciting. It really is, and we are excited. We're sending you all sorts of love, all sorts of energy, waves. We see you each as like this brilliant beam of light. Okay, it eliminates hate. Yeah, I was going to say it emanates like a vast, beautiful, sparkling blue ocean that covers an entire planet. Like you would see it from a distant planet in its line of sight. It is just gorgeous. It's beautiful, like your big blue rock is from space. Amazing. These energies that you set forth, believe me, you talk about spiraling energies like our sister Alcyone does. This spirals out into the cosmos. It's not just Earth that you're helping. This spirals out into the cosmos, which in turn we spiral it back to you. This is not just a passing observation that we have. We are actively engaged in making sure that, at the very least, anything that you put out there towards us of that sort of loving vibration, we give it back to you as many-fold as we possibly can. So that this process, this path that you're walking towards, that you're going down, it can accelerate at a faster pace, and it can keep accelerating too. We would like to see it keep on accelerating and keep moving and keep moving and keep matriculating forward. That's what we would like to see. And we're very thrilled so far with what we see. The possibilities that align, the new possibilities that keep coming up that align you with the higher frequencies, they just keep getting more and more vast. Has more people from not only the galaxy, but more people are starting to come through the galactical gateway from Antares. Coming in through that galactical entrance from Antares, which, by the way, hold on, everybody. I get so excited. Larry, we'll talk afterward, or when you get a chance. I think I might know where that civilization, how they came into your galaxy. I haven't put it all together yet, but it has to do with Antares, and I'll let you know. Okay, thanks. Anyway, as these outdated methods of yours, these barbarian ways that are enacted by dark type souls on your planet dissipate, this will create more light space. This will create in tune, this will create more of an opportunity, more of an energy for an enlightened way of thinking for anybody that's in that type of a presence. Humanity is beginning to step into a new era of consciousness. And anything that we can do and that this soul right here, Fusaisja, can do to help, I will do. I've got several brothers and sisters like you up on the collective, up on the planet I'm from, and several other different colored human planets right around our area. In that triangle area, we sort of lay right kind of in a three-way middle between Astrope, not Merope, but Astrope, as you call it, Maya, and Taygeta. The consciousness that you are receiving back from us is not a gift per se. It's because that consciousness that you are receiving from us, that reflects the essence truly of who you are. Don't forget, your ancestors were also our ancestors, and we're still trying to figure it out too. Maybe they came here through Antares, through that gateway, before they hit Arcturus and Lyra. Who knows? We'll find out together, though. Awakening to these deceptions is becoming more and more and more of a frequent thing amongst people that you never thought were going to awaken to this stuff before. These dark forces that kept you under control because, again, there was not enough light spiraled, not enough life and light spread, not enough light spread to the life. And this happened, and this gave the dark forces the birth that energy could capitalize on. It wasn't an overnight thing, dear souls, and I think all of you know that. This thing happened by a mistake and forgetfulness and not nipping it in the bud, and then it went on and on and on, and before it was known how to be even approached, it was already too late to just get rid of it with anything other than eons and eons and hundreds of lifetimes of lessons. It took a while. That's why it's taken a while to get it to go away. You know, you can't put what... I'm trying to think of some earth term to use to sound witty like us Pleiadians do, but you can't put it back in the tube once it's spilled out, I guess, if that's how your lingo goes. You know, exposing any sort of a dark energy and putting it out into a light is vital for two reasons. One, it lets everybody know exactly what they're up against. And two, where there is enough light, please hear what I say, my sweet brothers and sisters of Earth. Where there is enough light, no darkness can possibly be. Where there is enough light, no darkness can possibly be. How much is enough, you say? Well, enough to put a glare on all of it, at least. To put a glare on, you know, pretty much all of it, or if some of it's left out, at least the edges of it are under a glare. Okay, just enough to where it really can't catch any kind of a spark and spread like a wildfire, as you might say. Individuals, this just goes along too with what I'm going to say to you. I get so excited when I talk to Earth humans. just like this ascension that you're going through is also these shifts that you go through, right? You have these individual ones and you have these collective ones. Well, when you're having a big one like this, you're all going through a collective shift. Plus, most of you are going through these really intense individual ones to boot, so you've got it double fold. Well, it's like with the truth. The collective, as a collective, is starting to see the truth, but each of these individuals that you never thought would wake up, they're starting to see their truths as well. So that's why it's getting more and more obvious that they're waking up, because they're having to face the fact that their individual truths are starting to come to light to them and undeniable. Plus, they're hit every day with collective truths that they never thought they would have to really give a lot of credence to and deal with. A lot of people are starting to recognize the fact, too, that, there were external factors that have held them back. They're also starting to see that's only a third of the battle. They're starting to realize, this is the encouraging part. They're starting to realize, a lot of them, that they also have to embark on a deeper journey. Sort of a, coming to light moment, a inner discovery, a vision quest, you might say, like your Native Americans used. They know this because in their innate, they may not consciously know this, but subconsciously in their innate, they realize that the discovery, that sort of a discovery, that sort of a culmination of finishing one of those vision quests, and the answers that you need to be at peace with the results of that, they come within. Your inner truth is within. That's why they call it inner. Damn, I'm witty. Often the most challenging thing, though, to deal with ascension, because believe me, I've watched it from afar many a time, and we're sort of going through one of our own here into the 7th dimension, though it's a little different. The challenging part is going to be going into that 8th for us as a 6th-dimensional Earth-like planet. You have to process each challenge as it arises separately. You can't point your finger and use this or that as a reason. We don't like to use the word excuse. Reason. Sometimes there are reasons for what you call excuses. There are reasons because it is a factor. But we're at a point now, or you're at a point now, and we're at a point in the cosmos now where you can't, all is known. So you cannot use the excuse that you didn't know or that you didn't understand. Those days are only there for, those kind of scenarios are only still few and far between, and they're quickly, what little are left are absolutely dwindling. They're dwindling away. They're just gone. It's just not going to be even an option to go there with it. Reflection, when you're coming to terms with a lot of this stuff, though, the thing is, it can manifest its ways into things like war and discord. We notice, of course, I would like to sit here and say as like what's going on in your planet now, but dear ones, it seems like your planet is always going through this. I mean, so it's not like it's nothing new, but you're seeing this go on right now, and it's really, I know that a lot of people out there will tell you that, as you can, with wars and chaos that are going on your planet manifesting right now. Well, dear souls, I keep forgetting to hear, and maybe it's because I don't follow that part of it that closely, but I keep forgetting to hear people mention that you guys are always at war. In fact, you guys probably have the least amount of wars going on right now, except for the threat of a possible ultimate nuclear war, and that's really a different kind of a war, because that's just with high-tech weapons. It's a lot more dangerous, but it's not like a bunch of people individually getting pissed off at each other. They're the ones that want it to not happen. So that's the way I see it. That's the one problem you do have, is a lot more serious than it ever has been as far as the potential, but as far as just a flat-out war, like ground wars, it's as peaceful there as it's been in hundreds of years. That's all I know from somebody looking out from the outside. And that's just how it is if you're looking at it from a pure, unbiased, statistical point about it. And us Pleiadians are very analytical like that. Chaos. And it doesn't have to mean, the thing is even if I'm wrong, that doesn't mean that chaos has to be going on in your personal world. It is crucial that you can separate the two and realize the peace, because sometimes in the existence, in the history, in the existence's history, that's all souls have had, was that inner peace, was that, falling back on that part of it. That's it. And when everything else, during the Orion and Lyran wars, during our civil wars with each other in the Pleiades, which were bloody and vast and never-ending, ask the Arcturians about dealing with us on those. And this peace can be found by creating sacred space within your heart. Simultaneously create that sacred space, that sacred spot. Vibrance talked about this. Find that cocoon to wrap yourself into while you have some downtime. Let your light shine. Let your light flag shine. Let your love shine. Let them both. Shine a little love on your light and shine a lot of light on your love. Let that outward reality influence not only you, but then let it spiral back out of you and influence those around. You're not alone at all. You've never been so alone, or not so alone. You've been never so unalone. And that's typically how it is. It's a lonely existence down there, we've noticed. But believe me, seeing it from where we're at, when you thought you were alone, you probably never were more surrounded. It's true. It's totally true. The divine source flow is always around you. With an ever-present love. It just radiates. Lots of love towards you. Dear souls, remember, my dear cousins and brothers and sisters down there, you carry that light because you are the creator. Each one of us, every single person, every single soul is creation. That's what they are. When we awaken completely to a full consciousness, this is just one thing. It's just once. One thing that happened once and never began, nor ended, nor started, nor never will end. It never started, it never ended, it never began, it never stopped. It just is. Everything just is, and everything is just love. Everything's vibrational energy. Love, vibrational energy, and anything that's any kind of a true material is plasma. Plasma. Just free-flowing water with a little bit of solidness, little bit of dense solidness to hold it in place when we need that. That's it. That's it. We are here to support you on your journey. There are a lot of us that are. The majority of us are. The ones that don't, they don't have a problem with you. They just are, they can be a little bit, they're not perfect either. They just would like to see Earth get their, together. But they don't have any ill will, and yes, when push come to shove, they would help you out. They're just sort of like that parent that just rolls their eyes and it's like, no, not again. Do I have to bail them out again? So, just like that. We don't really argue or disagree up in our realm. The only thing we've currently had going on is that, and maybe we've had a little bit, not any kind of an argument at all, a little bit of disagreement over whether or not Earth should go into the fifth dimension and stay there for a while, or go from the fifth and then rapidly into the sixth right away. Both sides have a point. I'm going to leave I know what the host point is here, or his opinion. I don't really want to give mine. I do know that even the plans for a seventh dimensional Earth are pretty strong and in place. And eighth has been talked about, and I've heard ninth and 12th. And I'm sure others. This transmission that I'm sending to you will be available for playback. Well, of course, we know you know that with your primitive forms, but anything that we put out is too in our form. Like I can just call it up by memory and I could sit there and lay down and relax and listen to it. And I wanted to save the big surprise for Larry for last. Yay! Larry, you have a new collective that wants to talk to you, and they want to talk to you at least once. They are called, you are going to refer to them, my brother, you are going to refer to them simply as something like the Pleiadian elemental fairy kingdom. But the thing is, I can't tell you everything because I'm not sure which one of them will be getting a hold of you. Somebody from that organization, as you like to call us an organization, you like to label everything down on Earth, but somebody from that collective will be getting a hold of you. Yes, they will. I just don't know which one. Remember last time I told you somebody else would get a hold of you, another colored human for my hair, and I didn't know it would be the purple ones. But they did real soon, and soon was soon. It was within hours. So I wouldn't fly off too far in your Merkaba. They'll be getting a hold of you soon. Oh, wait, they could do it telepathically. Wait, you don't have a Merkaba. Oh, yeah, wait, okay. Well, Larry, it's been good as always, and have a good one. And namaste, my brother. I love you, and I'm out. Okay, well, that was Fusaisja from the Pink Collective of the Pleiadians. Pleiades. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If you want to find out more about how to access the 5 channels we have on YouTube, yeah, well, there really isn't much to find out. Larry Locken, 1 channel, 2 channel, 3 channel, all the way up to 5. Just replace the number on each one, and they all have a handle by their Facebook page name, and most of them are the old name of their YouTube channel as well. So 4 of them are Pleiadian related, 1 of them is Arcturian related. That's it, and then the rest of it, yes, we're on every social platform there is. Usually it's the Larry Locken channel, or Larry Locken channel, or Larry Locken channel, one word. Larry Locken channel in a search should help you find me. There's one of them, I think Twitch has a 1 in there. Twitch has a 1 between the Larry Locken and channel. It's all one word, but with the number 1, because they require a number. And then, yeah, that's it. Besides, I think the only other one that doesn't have that is I Skype on Live Larry Locken or something like that, and yeah, even the ones, okay, so on Lemonade, I'm not the Larry Locken channel on Lemonade. I am the Lemonadian guy. Yeah, that's me. Lemonadian, and I wanted to make something a little different, but I couldn't. Lemonadian PM is my handle, Lemonadian PM, and I want to change it, but I accidentally hit enter, and you can only do it every 60 days, so that's Lemonade. Now on Blue Sky, which I really dig Blue Sky as far as what they do goes, it's Pleiadian Blue Lightning at the Larry Locken channel. That's it, yep, and Threads, same thing as Instagram, the Larry Locken channel, and TikTok, the Larry Locken channel. See, there's a perfect example, though. They're both the same, except one has the word "the" in it, and the other one doesn't. I don't know which one. Don't matter. You can find me, or go to Facebook, bite the bullet, go to Facebook. Go to the page, Rockin' Larry Locken social media outlets, or go to the Larry Locken Network. There you go. That's the same. Just, you can have your page under 2 different names. Actually, you can have them up to under 10 different names, but you can have 2 of them on the banner, you know what I mean? You can have your page name and then right under it in parentheses the secondary name. But yeah, I found that out. You can have like 10 different names for each page. So some of them are available to be found under a shitload of them. But that being said, I am Rockin' Larry Locken. This will go out over the, I don't know, initially first, the Larry Locken 2 channel at Pleiadian Light Grid Project, probably so. I would have went live, but some particular soul was urgent that I get back to them. Anyway, thank you so much, and that's it.